Hey guys, how's it going? So welcome back to the Scrumpy Kiwi, and first off, I apologise. It has been like 5 months since I've done a video, and the intention was to be doing a video at least once a week, so that's a lot of time to catch up on. And I do recall now, actually sitting here thinking about it, that I did actually do a video saying, when I came back the first time, saying, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to disappear again, now that I'm back, I'm committed to this. Well, I guess I have to eat my own hat now because that didn't happen at all. But I do have a fairly good excuse, which is that 5 months ago, me and my wife had another baby. Well, our third and final baby. The concluding part of the trilogy, as I like to say. So we had a baby, and naturally that sort of takes up a lot of your time and responsibilities. So when I wasn't at home, I was at work, which makes it pretty difficult to do anything hobby related. And I don't think anyone wants to see me sitting in my car, eating my food, talking about, Space Marines or whatever. Or maybe you do. Leave a comment if you'd like to see more food related hobby sort of hybrid conversations. But yeah, so like I say, 5 months I've been off. I've not really done anything. I have been on the channel looking at what other people have been doing and subscribing and stuff like that, stuff I like. So I have still, and commenting and stuff like that. So I have tried to remain active in one way or another. But yeah, like I say, now now that our baby is like 5 months old, that gives us, he's getting a little bit bigger now. He's a little bit happier to be left. He can be left on his own for sort of a couple minutes here and there. So he doesn't require me and my wife running around like headless chickens trying to get him all sorts of things to keep him happy. So now that I've got a bit more free time, I can now start doing this again, sort of a video here and there. So coming back to YouTube was sort of really firstly that I've now got the time to do it again. But secondly, and this is kind of the bigger of the two things, if you can believe that, not personally bigger, but as far as community-wise, bigger, I should say, that within the community, IDICBeer, yeah, that's right, I didn't miss out any letters. IDICBeer, who's a pretty prominent YouTuber for the hobby, if you're into the hobby, you will have seen him, I am sure, somewhere. If you haven't seen his channel, then go and check it out right now, and I will put a link to the channel in the box, the thing, because his stuff's great. His stuff is it's a bit of everything really with regard to the hobby. It's making, painting, there's stuff about lore, he does prize giveaways, battle reports, talks about things in general with regard to the hobby. He opens up the ideas of what projects he should do in the future and let sort of people comment and sort of, guide him on that. He does loads of different stuff. So there's always something new. At the moment, the big thing I've seen him doing recently was the Saved by Slaanesh stuff, which is he's building up a Slaanesh force. So go and check that out because it's really awesome. Because he's talking about sort of what his mindset is with regard to the army he's building, and then sort of he's going into those individual units and sort of talking about like ideas he can do for like customizations and conversions and bits and pieces like that. So it's really in depth. It's properly, you really get an idea of where the project is, and then where the sort of the down to the figure sort of what his train of thought is with regard to that. So it's really cool. I would go and check it out, because if you are looking for someone, like I say, who's got a bit of everything, because it's not just Slaanesh stuff. He's got Necrons, he's got I've checked him out for Blood Angel stuff in the past. He was doing Dark Eldar stuff when I really started getting into his channel. So he's got, there is literally a bit of everything there for you. If you go back far enough, you're going to find a video that that ticks a box for you. So go and check it out. But yeah, that's a little bit on him, on Nick. But Nick basically started up a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple days, couple weeks, I'm not sure, I'm a little bit fuzzy on the details, but he started up a group, and it's called the IDICBeer's Unification Group, unification's in there as well as his name, but I can't remember the full thing. There's a lot of syllables, and I'm not a clever man, so I can't remember it all. But basically, the idea he had was everyone on YouTube who's into the hobby, whether it's painting, gaming, making, blah 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 blah, whatever, as long as it's something to do with that, post, share a link to your page, to your YouTube page, your channel, YouTube channel. God, jeez, words. Post a link to that on this Facebook group, and then everyone else will do vice versa, and eventually everyone will be subscribed to everyone, and everyone will be supporting one another, and basically in this very controlled area, this very sort of small controlled area, you're going to have all of these YouTubers together constantly updating each other on what they're up to. So sort of the community is going to become like this self-sufficient organism where everyone is helping to support one another, and basically it sort of helps out those YouTubers who are sort of living off of YouTube, who are, it's a living for them, because of course YouTube's recently changed the way stuff is done. I'm not going to get into the politics of that now, because I have so many opinions on that it's not worth opening that that hornet's nest. But yeah, basically the idea is to help those people maintain their livelihood, but likewise as well to just help people who are engaged in the hobby, but who don't take YouTube, who don't use YouTube as a means for a living, still to support them and just to help their subscriber count grow, because it's, even if you are just doing this for the fun of it, like myself, it's still nice to get subscribers. It's still nice to see those numbers going up, because even though, like I say, I don't really do it for the subscriptions, and I don't really do it I certainly don't do it for the money, because I don't earn anything from YouTube, but it's still just fun. It's sort of not fun, sorry. It's nice. It's nice to see it happen, because it just, in my mind, I equate it to someone's come along, they've taken a couple minutes out of their day to check out my stuff, and they've looked at my stuff and they've decided they like it, and it's ticks and boxes for them, and and they want to sort of see more, or at least be kept up to date, and that's kind of a nice feeling. It's nice to know that what I do means something to someone else, or someone else at least respects it, which is kind of nice. It's just a nice, it's a warm fuzzy feeling, if you want to sort of get a little bit sort of a little bit cutesy about it. But it is a nice idea, and I think a lot of other people would agree. If you're creating something and you're putting it out there in the public domain, it's always nice to get feedback, whether that is sort of direct with like comments or stuff like that, or even if it's sort of more passive with just a subscriber added. When you sign into YouTube and you see that little sort of notification box, and there's a you can see you've got one waiting, and you look and you see you've got a new subscriber. It's a nice feeling, and it also means that's someone that you can connect with. You can go and check out their stuff if they've got a channel, and you sort of it's two people saying, if you subscribe to their stuff, it's like two people saying, I like your stuff, I've subscribed, and it's like, well, thanks, I like your stuff too, I've subscribed. And it's then two people who sort of, out of the billions of people in the world, who sort of found one another, who enjoy the same sort of thing, who may never meet in their entire lives, but kind of at that single instant have made that connection. And that's just a really sort of, that's kind of what I feel that social networking and the internet should be more about, not just people trolling one another, which is really sad to be honest. So yeah, that is why I'm back, basically, because baby is now big enough, and IDICBeer started up this amazing page for everyone to come together and work and support one another, and so check out IDICBeer's stuff. I'm going to post a link in my page to that, so go and check it out. If you are a YouTuber who's into the hobby and you want to get into this, Facebook, type in IDICBeer and it's going to come up in the suggestion box, so go and do it if you really want to sort of see some numbers go up. Like I say, I was on 90 at the beginning of the month, I believe, or 90-ish, and now I'm on 104, which doesn't sound that much, but that's, considering it's taken me like 3 years, 4 years maybe to get to 100, to have those 14 quickly join up in that such a short space of time. That's awesome. And as my numbers grow, hopefully more people will come and find me, and I get to find other people's stuff which I haven't subscribed to. Though it's quite nice to see how many people I have subscribed to with regard to the hobby. I'm pretty much, all these people that join this group, I'm constantly like, oh, right, I'll subscribe to them, and I go check it out, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm already subscribed. So that's cool. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's where I'm at. With regard to what you're going to see with the rest of the channel, I'll do a separate video. On that, because this video has been sort of more about how I've decided to come back. And I've got to the 10-minute point, and I don't really want to go further than that. So guys, I will catch you later on. Carry on doing what you're doing with regard to the hobby. And oh yeah, I've got a new intro as well. Check it out. Well, you can't not check it out because it's at the beginning of the video. Cool. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Apologies for it being rambly, but this was sort of a very sort of quickly put together thing. And before 11 minutes is here, bye, have a good day, see you guys later, bye.